Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
It's been a pretty overcast day with a few peaks of sun here and there. Will we need our umbrellas for the afternoon? Brandon will have your answer. But first, the city of Detroit is getting creative to encourage walk-in COVID-19 vaccinations, how they're hoping to increase the number of people protected from the virus. And that does top our news here at noon. It is an all-out push to get back to what feels like normal. The governor wants 70% of Michiganders vaccinated. We've been telling you that day after day. But in an effort to get more people vaccinated, especially in the city of Detroit, the city has launched a door-knocking campaign on Monday, targeting neighborhoods around 6 of its neighborhood vaccination sites that you see here on our screen. Sean Lay spent the morning with one of the people doing the actual door knocking. And Sean, walk us through what that experience is like and if they're able to provide the information to get people out and vaccinated.
It has. Rhonda, great to see you this afternoon. You're right. We were with one person, then a whole team of people walking around, knocking on every door in this West Side neighborhood with these door hangs, and they did connect with a lot of people. Their goal is to have a conversation with them, let them know right over here is the Northwest Activity Center where walk-in vaccinations are available, and they got a number of different responses.
It's really to make people aware of the walk-in clinics that we have all across the city.
On the move and door to door, this is what the city of Detroit's latest effort to try to get Detroiters vaccinated looks like. This morning on Kentucky near McNichols on the city's west side, paid volunteers hoping to get those low numbers of people vaccinated in the city up. So far, just 30% have gotten shots. They're knocking on these doors of every home on the city's west side near the Northwest Activity Center today, where walk-in vaccinations are welcome. At some doors, some minds are being changed. At others, some are saying they have no plans on getting vaccinated against COVID-19. The pitch you may hear at your door sounds like this.
Let a neighbor know, good neighbor. I think they got incentives now that they're giving for $50. You bring somebody down to the center, you get $50 just for bringing them to get the vaccine.
All right, back here live on Detroit's west side. Rhonda, very interesting. We're going to show you at 5 o'clock an 80-year-old gentleman who has not had the vaccine. His whole family has. He's going to explain why he has not gone over and gotten the vaccine. And at the next door, a 26-year-old young lady, her whole family got the vaccine. She is not getting the vaccine, and she'll explain why at 5 o'clock. 5,000 doors knocked on so far, 225,000 doors left. Back to you.
A long way to go, and hopefully we can convince more people that it's safe and effective. Sean, thank you. FEMA's mass vaccination site at Ford Field transitions to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine now that there are about 2 weeks left before that vaccination site ends. The one-dose shots will be offered for the final 2 weeks of the clinic, starting today and running through May 17th. Ford Field will also still be distributing the Pfizer vaccines, but only the second dose, since there's not 3 weeks time in order for you to have both doses. So no matter where you got your first dose, you can walk in and get your second vaccine dose of the Pfizer vaccine at Ford Field. The walk-ins are starting today. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, children represent 22.4% of new coronavirus cases reported in the past week. And that just 1 year ago, that number was about 3%. And experts link the trend to several factors, particularly high vaccination rates among older Americans. But other dynamics are also in play, from new COVID-19 variants to loosening of restrictions on school activities. Back to the vaccine numbers. More than 40% of adults in the United States are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. What about children? When can they expect to get vaccinated? We know 16 years of age, but how about younger? For some kids, it could be as soon as next week.
Ready?
This is just trying to beat the virus, try to get everything back to normal.
For Ben Dropic, that meant taking part in a Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine trial for kids 12 to 15 years old. And now, a federal government official tells CNN the Food and Drug Administration is ready to extend its emergency use authorization for that vaccine by early next week. Moderna's president says the company is aiming to have the Moderna vaccine authorized for kids 12 and up by the summer. And Novavax has just expanded its phase 3 trial for the same age group. For younger kids, Pfizer and Moderna are both testing on children as young as 6 months and expect to ask the FDA for emergency use authorization for those ages later this year.
I try my best.
Teeing up President Joe Biden's suggestion that kids should be back in classrooms by this fall. But getting there won't be easy.
It's going to take a truly coordinated effort to achieve both the rollout of COVID-19 vaccine in adolescents and a rapid catch-up of routine vaccinations.
But health experts say it's crucial.
If we don't immunize that group, that's going to leave a big part of the population that's susceptible to the virus and be able to continue on the pandemic.
If we keep vaccinating Americans, I think by July 1st, you're going to see much of America feel close to normal.
This afternoon at around 2:30, President Biden is going to be discussing federal guidance on pandemic recovery. Also this afternoon, we are expecting new state case numbers. Nationally, the United States passes 32,477,000 coronavirus cases, with more than 577,000 deaths from this virus. We are going to turn our attention now to the weather, which has been a little on the dismal side the last couple of days as we take a live look at our sky cam. We've seen, Brandon, some little breaks of sunshine here in downtown Detroit, but overall it's just been kind of gloomy.
It has been, yes, and it will continue that way. Exactly as you said, occasionally a little break of sun. We may even get spritz or sprinkle later in the afternoon, but Rhonda and I may be the only two out there who remember exactly where it was at 4:30 this morning, low and middle 60s. Since then, it's gone down for most. Double Nichols, 55 in Howell, 61 Detroit. We've got temps headed to about 66 degrees with, again, spotty sun, spotty late afternoon, early evening sprinkles. You can see down to our south, there's a little bit of wet weather associated with some severe weather earlier, not any longer the case, but some of that moisture may hang on for a spritz or sprinkle. In the meantime, look out to our west, and there are little breaks in the satellite, in the clouds, so middle 60s, a little bit of sun. Cinco de Mayo coming up tomorrow, and Mother's Day this weekend, Rhonda. Lots to look at coming up.
Yes, and look forward to. Brandon, thank you. We are working to try and learn more about a death investigation in Dearborn Heights. It happened this morning at a home on Party Street near Telegraph and Van Born. Police are saying that an elderly woman was found unresponsive inside. First responders tried life-saving measures, but she did not survive, and one person was taken into custody. A man is shot inside his car on Detroit's west side. This happened around 3:30 this morning on Montrose Street near Grand River. Police say that the 23-year-old was shot multiple times while sitting inside of a Jeep Cherokee. He was rushed to the hospital where he is in critical condition. Police are investigating. Still to come, COVID-19 infections and deaths are mounting with alarming speed in India with no end in sight. What we're learning about the situation there after the break.